Krause in time, pulled just inside, a quick set by Reilly.
Just that fast tempo, Reilly getting that ball to the outside, and Krause being quick with her feet to get there, and look at the gap she has. A lot of space there for her to swing through.
With the tempo on that set.
Key, yeah.
So set point number 3. Harper puts it away, out of system. What a set by Reilly.
Just great control, put it in position for Harper Murray to really drive to the ball. Blockers actually kind of lean in the opposite side, and Murray takes advantage of it.
Not a great pass, but Reilly puts up a hittable one, and Harper Murray doesn't disappoint. Huskers win set 1 here in Lincoln. Shot to that far pin by Reilly with some pace to it. Great set, and Krause terminates.
Krause nice in position to be ready to handle that ball. And just the tempo, like you said, in that ball, as Reilly's moving away from the ball, she is not afraid to go ahead and push that. A lot of setters would just pop that straight up.
Look at that Bergen Reilly set. She's going backwards from the far pin. This is a push, huh?
Right. So, and her body's moving this way. A lot of setters will set it right up and on top of them into that right side, but she pushes it to that outside. Not only puts it in a good position to hit, but has some good pace on it.
A 6'1" freshman out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, number 2, Bergen Reilly. A 6'4" sophomore. Husker number 2, Bergen Reilly.
His dad's bothering him, your bothering him. That it's going to be hot, maybe he wouldn't talk more. Oh, but he needs some more. It's going to be like a turkey. It's going to be so hot. Maybe go Sunday. Yeah, we've got no plans.
Kill by number 2, Bergen Reilly. Timeout!
She leads Nebraska. Good balance scoring here for Nebraska. Mary Beeson with 8, Harper Murray with 9, Andy Jackson with 7, Peyton Horst with 5, both Bergen Reilly and Lindsay Krause with 4. Good distribution.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job keeping it fairly equal and even.
What a great save there by Orr. Tried to come again, not down this time. Point Nebraska. 4 hits called on the beach.
Another smart play by Bergen. The play kind of scrambles and everybody's scrambling, and it's a nice play by a center to realize that and just dump in a little ball like that to try and give your team just a little bit of extra time to try to get back to where they're supposed to be and ready for the next ball to come over. The play kind of scrambles and everybody's scrambling, and it's a nice play by a center to realize that and just dump in a little ball like that to try and give your team just a little bit of extra time to try to get back to where they're supposed to be.
Arms are coming across the net, so not tight but wide, taking up nice area of the net.
A good job there by Alonso Corsalis to recognize where that was, and in the block on the right side. Bergen Reilly along with Andy Jackson.
Bergen Reilly coming down and cheering on her team. It feels great as a setter when you stuff that left side attacker. Take a look at her hands up and over, hip to hip. Little spin move there by Andy Jackson to celebrate.
Nebraska, one of the best fan bases in the country. Yosia. Reilly to Harper Murray with an exclamation point. Nebraska takes set 4 and wins this one 3-1 in East Lansing.
Getting through that block with power. It's well formed in front of her, but she brings her cannon for an arm through. Watch how hard this swing is. She knows it's out of system. She's got a big block. She has to swing extra hard to get it through it.
tipped over, good coverage, not down by Hannah. And it falls on the Nittany Lions side. Penn State led this 8-1.
Bergen Reilly winning that point with one hand against a two-handed attacker right next to her. That just shows you how strong she is, willing to get that point.
Tied at 18. Just the second tie of this second set.
Watch Bergen Reilly, one-handed push. A lot of strength coming in that arm against two hands. And Taylor Trammell right in front of her. One of the better blockers on this Nittany Lions squad. Front line, just taking care of it.
Another overpass. That time, the just won again by Bergen Reilly. She's done that to 2 minutes.
One-handed for Bergen Reilly up front. So much strength and grit every time she goes up. Check this out. One-handed against one of the best blockers in the Big Ten. Setter gets it done.
Krause now back to serve.
Have this crowd erupt. Decision coming from Joseph Gustafson.
Service aces on the season last match against Wisconsin. It was a big one. Big swing out of the middle. There's Orr on the pickup. And Harper Murray powering through the block.
Through the hands of Russ up front there. Nothing you can do up front with Harper Murray being able to get it between the two defenders' hands.
Huskers starting to go on a bit of a run behind the service line. Kennedy Orr sends this one line drive right over. Good swing on the outside for Maryland, as there's Reilly going up with one hand.
I don't think Harper Murray was expecting Reilly to do that, but you never really expect anything with the freshman in Bergen Reilly.
She just challenged Anastasia Russ, one of the best middle blockers in the conference. And Bergen Reilly puts a highlight together as we head into this timeout. 15-9 in set one here on Big Ten Plus.
Some added noise from the crowd here at Devaney.
Reilly jumps up with one hand, dumps it behind her. What an athletic play from the freshman.
Bergen Reilly trying to one-up Nair, who just took her special dump pass there, this time with one hand, no look, and behind herself, and keeps it in.
Reilly on that block. Standing float over to Murray. Reilly finishes it.
Reilly with the no-look dump to take set number one. What a play she has in her back pocket.
Reilly just says, I'll finish this one myself, but not before the Scarlet Knights put up a challenge.
Pinches necessary.
Yeah, Buettner reaching high, trying to go off the block of Reilly, and that ball just
right
landed right in.
18-14 Husker. And for the first time since 2016, the Nebraska Cornhuskers are the outright Big Ten champions. They get the large contingent of their fans on Iowa's home floor, and they get to celebrate the Big Ten championship as they run away with this one late. It was 10-10, a 15-5 run to end the third set, and the Cornhuskers sweep the Hawkeyes today to go to 27-0, 18-0 in the Big 1 seed.
Mers to serve. Set point number 2. Found the campfire. Setter dump sends Nebraska to a victory in set number 1.
For the Yellow Jackets on the match.
I will say some of that is Georgia Tech's self-inflicted wounds,
yes,
because they have had many errors so far.
11 attacking errors in the first set. They're up to 15 now. Bianca Bertolino shoved right back at her.
But the setters for Georgia Tech, they've got their track shoes on. They're trying to run balls down just to put up anything hittable. Suarez runs this down tight to the net, and then the block knows where that ball's going, and they camp out.
And that's because Nebraska has put so much pressure on Georgia Tech's point that Georgia Tech gets in this match. It's going to be hard. You got to dig deep for it.
Bergen Reilly pushing it to the back line.
First time she's called her own number, and I saw her practicing that yesterday, going to that deep corner, because that left back defender usually comes into the middle to pick up that middle dump.
You know, this time last year, Bergen Reilly was still in high school. She is the second true freshman to start from day 1 under John Cook, the first being Nicklin Hames, who was a 4-year starter. Alec, the middles have been so good.
And it starts with a perfect pass.
Right on top of Bergen Reilly's head. She's able to run a 31 gap set to Becca Alec, who's able to go right between the block there. It's so fast, really hard for blockers to get in position to slow that down.
Paola Pimentel serving. It is Nebraska's 3rd match point. Merritt Beeson. There's no place like Nebraska. 21 straight NCAA tournament wins for the Cornhuskers. 3rd match point, Nebraska. Service error. A sea of red is headed to Tampa. Nebraska back to the semifinals. The 17th time that the Nebraska Cornhuskers will play in the national semifinals.